TPSS, every way, every day.
Getting ready to go, Fujo! So they basically have rideshare for dogs now. Uber does it, so the dogs, you just take the dog where it goes. I'm picking up an order at a Viva Pasta Italian place. The guy's name, The G. His father actually went to Okinawa in the Royal Navy. So it was a very interesting thing, and he came back. He actually had to find work, so he did many things, kind of tinkered around. Welder mostly. And then his father, of course, had to find a few jobs before he could hold things down. And then eventually his mom found some tapestry work, so did some tapestry work. So they were very middle class, and he came from that to his great success as the one and only Gary Oldman. So why did the firemen cross the road? To get some golden chicken. I mentioned that his father went to Okinawa to fight in the war and was in the Royal Navy. Gary Oldman did a really good one about the Korean War. If you know the name of that film, leave it in the comment. Gary Oldman's probably one of the best actors we've had for the last 100 years. So he doesn't pronounce Dracula, he pronounces it Dracular. I was Dracula when I was younger, and he does this thing about Batman and utility belt. So Gary Oldman had seen Malcolm McDowell perform, and he came to like a realization. He compares it to when an alcoholic would come to as a moment of clarity, and he realized from that moment on that he was an actor, and it was from seeing another actor on film. Gary Oldman says, I was better acting like playing the boxer. But it's amazing, Dracula, though. If you go and you see Dracula, the moon kind of reminds me of a little bit. It's amazing performance. It really is one of the all-time great performances, and Coppola was behind that. Francis Ford Coppola. It was all done in mostly studio. Anthony Hopkins was part of it. So was Winona Ryder, and a lot of great, wonderful, wonderful actors were part of that film. But you have to see it. It's also a really good performance with Anthony Hopkins. Anyway, you got to see that film. It's called Dracula. Francis Ford Coppola directed it. It's very, very scary. It is the most ultimate horror film. No other person has ever portrayed Dracula nearly anywhere in the ballpark. Gary Oldman nailed it, and it was by far way better than Bela Lugosi or any other actor. Dracula is absolutely the best performance of Dracula Gary Oldman, doing it is like the best performance of a vampire ever, especially Dracula. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is in it, but Anthony Hopkins is good, Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves, and freaking Gary Oldman ripped it up, man.
Oh, supposing my brother is in Oklahoma.
You know what, Doc? I gotta check this out. So you wear it in the car?
Yeah. Because I don't have to. Wanted to make sure I had it.
Yeah, so you can't even do a theater show. Meaning the audience can't be there. Even the cinema houses have cooled down, because of gathering. Gathering around. Because everyone, is this pandemic thing is let's say with ballparks, stadiums, any type of thing that where people gather, they're closely watched. So the theater, who knows what's going on with New York and Broadway and all the other, it's crazy. So these paintings right here, I actually found all of these paintings. Pretty much they were all being thrown away by a student artist somewhere around here. What a Sunday. So it looks like we've got quite a bit of rain today. I like this geographic, I'm sorry, not geographic, it's a geological find right over here, this little mound they're cut into. Drinking basically, it's like a coffee, Coca-Cola coffee and water. So it's basically the same thing as coffee, but it's with Coca-Cola. My mom rearranged the trash. The art that I found in the trash that I've been collecting right here. Those are all actually probably going to be for sale. If anyone's interested, leave a comment here. And you'll hear the little trinkle. It's coming down pretty good. Pretty good. Go check something. So we're looking at February 28th, 2021 AD. This February was a really intense February mostly because of those 3 days right after Valentine's Day, starting on Valentine's Day, going into maybe the 17th, the 18th, because we had lost electricity like crazy. And it was basically, I'll give you kind of a lowdown of how it went. So the electricity started to go out on February 15th, I believe. Now, there may have been some stuff that happened on Valentine's Day, but I believe I remember Valentine's Day, I was able to do a live stream, or the day after, I believe. So I was able to live stream, I think, on the day after Valentine's Day, so I did have electricity. But during the live stream, we did lose electricity, and it went that way almost every other hour. So that went for 3 days. There was times where we had electrical for up to 2 to 3 hours, maybe close to 4 hours. We did leave sometimes. But then it mostly was, I think Linda calculated it as every 70 minutes or so. She's very good with times and numbers and things like that. She's quite the genius. But she calculated everything to about 70 minutes or so, or something like that. I'll have to talk to her. But I finally called a few electrical companies and got a hold of Encore. And Encore did have a greeting. So when you called them, they left a voicemail greeting explaining that these power outages were actually planned, I guess, by the state to conserve, to create, to basically prevent an overall disaster of just completely losing the grid. So we were able to function with flashlights and various, things. Cooking was a little bit different, but we actually did do a micro cooking show during the actual electrical failure. It's a very short show. It is in one of my episodes. You're welcome to watch it. So I am recalling the cooking show that we did during the power failures of the winter storm of 2021 in February in Texas. And that basically was the 90-second rice. We made rice for 90 seconds. I think in the cooking show, I thought it was 90 minutes. And she says, no, it's 90 seconds. So she goes, you men get things mixed up with minutes and seconds or something like that. But anyway, I think I did get to play a little bit of music. I think we did, I don't remember if we recorded. We did record one song, I think it was called Help Me Jesus. And then we did a few things. We were able to get a lot done during the power failures, but we had to do it very quickly because we didn't know when the next power failure was going to go. Because sometimes it happened within 30 or 40 minutes at times. So the intervals between power failure was probably between 30 to 40 minutes to up to 70 minutes, up to an hour to 2 hours. And that was off and on for 3 days. It was a nightmare.